Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to read your comment questions about my six-figure dividend portfolio. Yes, over the last 4, 5, 6 months, guys, I've been posting about my dividend portfolio, where it's going, where it was, and where I want to be, because I'm looking into financial independence, retire early, baby, and that's probably what you're doing here as well. So let's get into what you guys have to say about it and jump right into it. Welcome back, passive income investors. We're going to start by reading your comment questions and then do some updates about why I haven't been slamming out videos this week as hard as I was last week. But let's start by going back in time to January's post for my dividend portfolio for passive income update, guys, just to scroll through and see what you guys had to say. There's not too much. I'm not uber famous or anything here, so this is going to be pretty straightforward. First question, we're just going to scroll through these super quick, is coming to you from Emmerich, saying, as far as Canadian banks go, I like the CIBC. CM is the ticker symbol because it is far more undervalued than any other, probably due to having more of its businesses and mortgages than others, but unjustified in my mind. I totally agree. I did sell it last year at 125. Well, high five, props to you. Then bought back in December. I was buying in the 120s, the low 100s, with an average buy right now, I think around 116, and I still love it. I'm down on it, but I always love Canadian Imperial Bank because it is a wonderful, juicy dividend stock. I think it'll continue dripping into the future. I consider a stock paying under 3% as a growth stock. Yes, that can be true so long as the company can prove that it's going to have growth and structure into the future. KO investing, I guess you mean knockout investing, not Coca-Cola investing. It's funny because when you're in the investment world, I think when you say KO, most people are going to think Coca-Cola. Maybe that's what you mean. Who knows? Satisfying message says sub 15. Thanks for me what GEO is, or thanks for telling me what GEO is. He was my 15th subscriber. Oh my God, this it's come a long way in a little short amount of time here to already have over 350. Thank you, guys. Nice video. How come you aren't showing your actual accounts? Well, I do now, baby. If you're still here, I do now. And you can just go check out my last video. Jesus, another one of these guys selling courses. Give me a break. I was trying to sell a course in the beginning. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. Got rid of it. The links are probably in there. They just don't link to anything. I'm considering doing a course again. Just because there's so much information, I feel that if just, for whatever, I'm going to charge 10, 20, 30 bucks to go and just watch something that's going to give you a start to finish guide on investing. I think it might be helpful to some people. And I mean, why not? Don't batter it. I mean, it's capitalism. Do what you got to do, brother. We got and that was from Kreis Vandernald. We got Magic Money. That's actually my hidden account, my troll account. Does anybody know why GEO dropped that much? GEO is a very volatile company as it is. If you don't know what GEO is, you can just Google GEO stock. It's a prison stock that I own, guys, in my portfolio. And honestly, when you're playing with high yielding dividend companies, you're going to have to play the volatility game. You'll notice that stocks that usually pay a higher % dividend yield have a lot more volatility. There are very few exceptions. Like one of my companies, Northland Power, pays 5% plus, and somehow it's surprisingly stable for the amount of dividends that it pays out. But moving on to March 31st, what do we got going on in here? Not sure if your second account was a registered one, but if you're paying taxes, then you should put your U.S. holdings in an RRSP or open one up. And yes, I need to find a way to open up a U.S. account. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I've been slacking so hard. One of you guys have actually gone out of your way to try and help me do this. Whenever I watch your videos, you use the word leverage so willy-nilly, and that's Paul Montez. And yes, I say leverage a lot. Leverage this, leverage that. I don't have any leverage. I don't know there's a lot of ways you can use the word leverage, but usually it's for debt. And yes, I do use it fairly willy-nilly, but that's because I'm not in it, baby. Another great video. Look toward more. Thank you. Gave you a thumbs up already. What do we got here? What platform are you using to track your stocks? I'm using Scotia iTrade. And it's not to track my stocks. I actually use StockTwits to track my stocks because I love the forum. That is actually my main two. A lot of people use Yahoo Finance. Scotia iTrade's my platform. If I want to check out my holdings and exactly what they're worth in that moment, I usually go there. But if I just want to see what the stocks are doing and listen to the mumbo jumbo, I head right on over to StockTwits. And that was from W. Brew. Then we got Dante Bruce. Love your videos. Just started investing. I'm trying to do the same thing. Keep us posted. Will do, good sir. My College Millionaire. I've talked to you quite a few times. You sub. So cool seeing your document your journey. Best of luck. My college millionaire doesn't actually agree with most of my investment philosophy. I think he's more of an ETF investor, which is absolutely wonderful. And I wish you were still continuing to document your journey. I believe he got rid of his YouTube videos because he's actually going to become a financial advisor, and he doesn't want to be breaking any regulations with his videos. But damn, it'd be fun to be able to share with the community. I think you'd be doing an incredible service just by posting videos about your own financial journey. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. We got investment future finance. Ballsy man, lol. Plan on making any loot off the table at the near all-time highs. I have 6-figure USD portfolio as well, but I'm 90% cash at these levels. I will never be 90% cash ever. I don't see that day ever coming. I have like ADD, drug addiction to money. It's like it comes in and I want it out. I just want it to go to something. Whether it's cash flow, like if it's tax related, I either got to spend it on something the government's not going to use, or like I can't have it lying around. And I'm trying to get cash flow up, because when bad times come around, everyone's like, oh, you need a boatload of money to get rich when the stocks crash. Actually, you just need good companies that are going to cash flow, and you just need to continue buying them, and especially buying other companies when they're on discounts. And usually if you have a good cash flow, it's easy to get credit if you think there's that big of a deal going on. But again, I'm like ADD here, guys. So I'm never going to be 90% cash ever, and I won't take profit off the table except for the companies I have plans to take profit out of, like Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla, when that time becomes ripe, which won't be, probably, maybe some of them might be this year, but most of them, like Tesla's not going to be for 5 or 10 years, but Apple and Microsoft, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, I'll probably start liquidating them down a little bit, maybe even sooner if they continue to run the way they're running. But anyways, let's move on to what do we got here. We got April 24th, the 24th. Another great job. Thank you. You're very welcome. I salute you, good sir. I like how you keep it simple and don't own a lot of stocks. Yeah, because I believe in owning things that I understand, that I love. I also invested $39,500 or $3,950 in Tesla, which is now 211 at the same time. That's kind of funny. I'm down way more on my Tesla. I've been doing pretty bad with my Tesla stock. But again, guys, I'm a long-term investor, and I still love it, baby. Hey, man, I love your videos and your journey. You're going to be super successful. Same guy I was talking about, my college millionaire, the guy I talked to a lot. One quick question. Did you know that over 500,000 companies in the S&P 500 are different than 1990? The point is that as the world and technology change, plenty of companies become irrelevant for far less. So he's just trying to, he goes on. I've had this discussion. You guys can go into these videos and read them if you want. But I've had a lengthy discussion talking about basically why I'd rather buy individual stocks and ETFs, because I want to reach certain dividend goals that I'm not going to get through the S&P index funds. And I enjoy investing into companies in and outside of the stock market. I'm not a generalist. And if you are an ignoramus, and what I mean by that is you don't actually take the time to learn, endure, or understand companies you are buying, buy ETFs. There's nothing wrong with S&P index funds, guys, at all. They're hedges against your own ignorance. Like, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't feel comfortable that you know what you're doing, then just forget about it. Just buy the basics and move on. You don't even have to do the work, guys, if you're that lazy about it. That's the best part about the stock market. You can be lazy and still get rich. That's what I love about it. Moving on, another good subscriber here, McKean, 60 frames per second Twitch. Nice. Right there with all y'all focused on long-term dividends, extra funds from every paycheck move to dividends. Yeah, I keep forking capital in there too, brother. I just dumped $500 into my account yesterday. Dividends, money saved from eating cups of noodles and breakfast. I hear you all the way, man. I'm still bumming it at home, living with my parents, paying way less rent. Not that I'm going to continue this forever, but it really, really helps and just stockpiling that dividend portfolio. How much money do you have in your stocks altogether? I guess this was a video before I talked about how much money I actually had. Well, now you know. It's about, as of today, 111,000. I can't wait till my first 100,000. Honestly, it's a lot more underwhelming than you think. The first 20,000, in my opinion, was much more exciting. That first 20,000, when I got it, I was rolling around on the floor, because when you see that lump sum of money, like, you're just so impressed. It's usually when you're making your first $1,000 off dividends, when you're rolling up to your first $100 a month ever, and like you're actually seeing your stocks move. You have decent sizes in them now, and then like you forget about it, and years go by, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, 100 grand. Well, it's not a million, but it's 100. When you're earlier out, in the game, guys. The sizing of the amounts seem more impressive, but honestly, in my opinion, 15, 20,000, when you get used to what that feels like, 100 feels roughly the same. I'll let you know how it feels when I get to 500,000 and what it feels like when I get to 1 million. But right now, guys, it honestly, I have to remind myself how much money it is because it seems fictional. Like, it really doesn't seem real to me at this point. And it is such a substantial amount of money. You got to think, this is like after taxes too, guys. So, I mean, it's a big chunk of change, and it feels good. I worked hard for it. I'm not trying to be cocky about this. I worked for it. It wasn't given to me. I slaved for that, baby. I can tell you that much. What broker or which program are you using? Again, I've mentioned Scotia iTrade, KO Investing. Again, get out of your parents' house. Speak of the devil, but great portfolio. I salute you to that, sir. I completely agree. I just turned 27. I'm definitely one of those millennials, and another fine reminder of why I'm not totally looking forward to kids at this current stage of my life, because I feel like they're living at home forever. What do you think about Imperial Brands? I talked about Imperial Brands. I actually made a video on this, but Imperial Brands, I think, is a company that's they're staggered. They're like, I feel like they're laggard behind the other tobacco companies. The other tobacco companies, I feel like when I look at a company like MO Altria Group, I feel like they're so scared, and I like the fact that they're constantly on edge. It feels like me with my job. For some reason, I always feel like I'm going to be like everything's going to fall apart tomorrow. You always have that anxiety, and I always feel like Altria Group represents that. Like, they make great money. Sure, cigarette smokers are going down, but they're fighting to ensure that they are fresh, new, and constantly trying to find new ways of growth in such a weird industry. Whereas Imperial Brands, it's a British company. If you don't know Imperial Brands Tobacco Company, it's a British company. There's another one that I own called British American Tobacco, which is into vapes already. But all between a British American Tobacco and Altria Group, I just see those two companies like really driving the entire drug markets these days. Like, they're really pushing for new innovation in marijuana and vapes, whereas Imperial Brands is just getting caught up to it now. And it bothers me that they've been that far behind, but they pay one heck of a dividend right now, and I think it's going to be stable for a little longer into the future. Nonetheless, like, they got good money. So now we're moving on to May 31st. The tariff ban is taking all of those gains. Aha, salute you, the mighty Herrera. Yes, the tariff man has been slaughtering my account in many ways. It's always nice to see your dividend income increase every month. Yes, I try and get it to grow about $100 a month. My next major milestone is getting that $1,000 dividend income, which is something we were just talking about as well. I absolutely 100% agree. Get to that $1,000, guys. Or $1,200 is the first big goal, because it's when you're starting to average out about $100 a month. So keep hustling. That's why we're here, promoting, slapping, high-fiving. Boys support boys. If you don't watch that comedian, sounds a little weird unless you know the comedian, but it's a reference. Boys support boys. I'm only bringing in like $500 or $50 a month. Got a long ways to go. Yes, good sir, but we all have to start somewhere. Keep hustling. But anyways, you guys can read them and continue on and get the stuff. We'll read one more here. Good stuff. I'm right here with you. Let me correct that famous phrase you shoot off. Cash is king. Nope. Cash from dividends is king. There's fixed it. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I totally agree, actually. That's a funny statement, because cash flow is king, not cash in and of itself. You want that continuing river. Funny as it may seem, when I saw the sea of red occur, I got all excited by time. Totally agree. When shopping, can I see this guy's YouTube? Does this guy have a YouTube channel? This guy seems like he actually knows what he's talking about, and he's excited about it as well. Do you have videos? You have 83 subscribers. Do you have videos? Or do you just post video game stuff? I'm gonna have to check your videos out. I'm curious. You seem pretty involved in the stock market world, my friend. But I'm gonna finish that up there, guys. For your comments on the portfolio, maybe we'll do this again in another 5 or 6 months or something like that. I've been recently just slamming through, trying to get everything running for my show and my new website. My old website, guys, has just been stagnating. I'm not a big fan of it. It's not secure. I can't sell products on it, and it's just been a general blah for me. So I've just revamped it. I completely redid it on Shopify. So now I can accept payments and everything else in between. You can book me privately. You can scroll down and see all the crazy performances I've done, and even I am staggered at the amount of magic I have performed. And I made a new video. It's called 10 Years in 1 Minute. You can check out just right now, guys. I just posted it. I'm not going to show it to you because I feel like I've taken up enough of your time. But if you want to continue to watch some of the stuff, guys, I posted a video of literally the time I started performing magic till now and what it looked like what a decade of Magic by your reactions, like literally people reacting to me, what the reactions were from 2008 all the way up till now. So go check that out. It's only a minute long, guys. It's literally in 10 years of my career driven down into a minute. And again, I'm sorry I might not be making a video tomorrow because I'm going to be very busy managing this, and I have a show tomorrow night, but I promise I should be back by Friday. And if you guys are interested, like I said, scoot over to the website, and you guys, well, you can't yet. This website is back end. This is like preview here, guys. You can't even see this thing yet. This is just something that I'm launching in the very close, literally tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get this thing running tomorrow, actually, so you guys can check all of that out. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video and this update. Stay cool, guys. Stay awesome. I look super forward to chatting to you real soon.